What is up, guys? I hope you had a fun day and another wild close to the market. These end of day runs, man, these are out of this world. Yesterday broke the record since 2008 for the biggest push on SPY. Today, not quite that much, but man, the chart at the end of the day is wild. It hasn't cooled down either going into the after hours. We've still got about an hour left that market's open, so we'll see. Take a quick peek at what that after hours movement is, but what a day. Anyways, had a lot of interesting theories thrown out today with the FOMC meeting coming up tomorrow. We're really seeing a reflection of that in the market. A lot of chop today, so we didn't, trade too much to start. But start with our goals from yesterday. We got our run in the morning, did good at that. The other three goals that I was hitting was deciding on bear bull trading, sticking to paper trading, and having that $500 target, $250 loss. I had a talk with one of my traders yesterday, Skull. Big shout out and a big thanks to him. Kind of just taking a step back and looking at what's gotten me stuck lately, why I haven't been able to trade options like I was previously, and my frustrations on the Thinkorswim paper trading account, since I'm really trying to get back into that ability to buy options and hold them through the movement like I was previously. So we talked about it and said maybe we should try just smaller position size on live trading, because I want it to be accurate more than anything on my options tradings as far as reflection. The reason why I was so upset with Thinkorswim, Phil's being wrong on the options, was because it was giving me better profits than I deserved, and I don't want to have false gains. I don't want to get false hopes. I need it to be as real as it can be. I still highly value paper trading and should be doing that for shares for a bit. But it does mess with me being able to hit that $500 or $250 gain loss goals, just because we're trying to position size a little better and really just regrow that confidence into my options plays. As long as I'm actually growing and, like I said, really reviewing and reflecting like I was on paper trading, I feel like I'm okay with that. But yeah, today went great. Right away I saw the reflection of it in my trading. We started the day off with SPY, and I knew I had this in mind. Look at this nice little wedge of just garbage and then ridiculousness. Sorry, I gotta point this ridiculousness out. If you guys weren't watching after hours, SPY sold all the way off down to 429, almost hit the daily lows again, and now it's right back up to 433. So it's just acting wild. Be ready for some crazy shit tomorrow. Anyways, so a few things on SPY that I did here. So we started the day off. We took a put, and it was a great play. What I will say is I was hesitant to enter. Like I've said before, I usually like for those first 2-3 minute candles to play out and then to take my trade. Well, what'd I do? And so I did that, and I saw, it was really a fail push to get any sort of momentum upwards. And I saw this breakdown. I called the breakdown here for the put and waited. You can justify it saying I was waiting for that first bottom candle to hit, but I know for me that I saw it there and I didn't take it until it actually broke down through. And with options, they move so quick. That made a big difference on my entry point. As it came down, like I said, I was late, so I took a quick profit here. It wasn't bad. It was 480 to 510. I saw the resistance and cut it right at the resistance, but I knew I wasn't cutting just because the chart was telling me. It was because I'm still a little panicky with my options trading. I need to be more confident, more convinced in holding through these trades. Let me throw my indicators up on here, see what the chart was showing us, and look at that. So my entry was pretty good. It actually was on the candle that broke the 9 EMA. And that's really what we're going for. So like I said, I saw it on this break. So I really am okay on the entry, perhaps just a little earlier. But the exit here was literally just me not being confident, not holding through my trades. So luckily I did buy 2, so I was able to trim here and then let the other ride. And then this was a good confirmation to get out. I let this candle come up, go down to a bottom and test. And then you saw support build right in there. So I sold it at the bottom here. That actually ended up really being the bottom. So what it tells me is I'm seeing the charts well. I just have to have the confidence here to execute and follow through on it, because this happened a couple other times today where I saw a setup and I called it and I didn't take it. As we went into the middle of the day here on SPY, we saw we got real choppy in the middle. Let me take some of these guys off. So you can see the EMA just is sitting right in the middle of the chop all day. One of our traders was in a put and we were just kind of waiting to see if it would fail. I actually did try to join the put here too. As you know, SPY had rebounded from the morning. It showed that it wasn't ready to test the 200 and came back down, fell through VWAP pretty strong, and I bought it down here. My problem was I bought it down here, not on the VWAP break, not on the 9 EMA break. So I had a terrible position. I wasn't able to hold through all this chop. It kicked me. I'm sorry, it's on this candle that I bought in, and it was the break of the last support. Again, I keep waiting for these breaks of support, which is fine to wait for that break, but I'm also giving myself poor entries because if it pulls back like it did, the pullback is so far I don't have a good justified technical exit. So that's what I did right here is I bought in right at that break of this last level because we showed that we were going to start forming a downtrend. But again, since I was late, I wasn't able to hold through this chop. Now that played out for a lot longer where it just remained choppy, and at one point we were coming to test this pennant and we were kind of joking like, well, it might as well buy a call here to hedge it, because we saw that SPY was really being, I mean, this was some true market maker just holding SPY at a price they wanted to be. The way you can see the chop all day. So we joked and said maybe you should just buy a call here and hedge that put that he was in, and sure enough, look how that played out. And when you're sitting there and chop for this long with SPY and in options, it just makes sense, because worst case scenario, you buy the call here and your put fails, you can get out of your call real quick on the confirmation of the downtrend, and you'll have the put to cover your loss. But worst case, like it did, is if your put keeps going up and it breaks on the uptrend, you have nothing to do but wait for it to break this uptrend way up here. So that was the first time I noticed a play on SPY. I didn't take it. This one's not so bad. I wasn't in the position. It was more of a hedge position. I didn't want to enter not having any position with it being chopped, but it's just another call that I saw and it ended up playing out. More to my credit, one that I saw once it finally did break out, I was watching and I didn't even want to bother with any of this because I was already so late to the party. It already made its breakout. This first candle got all the way through VWAP into the 200 EMA, so it's like I'm not going to chase that with so much potential to pull back. But then once it started to show strength through above the 200 EMA, it stayed above the 9 the whole time. This second pullback here, I said, oh wow, that support is just phenomenal. And I saw it, I said, man, I want to take a call. In fact, I even had the order open in my order book. If you have Webull, you know it'll pop up right here as soon as you click on it, if you click a buy order. And it just drove me bonkers. This was a 245 entry that I had sitting in my orders. It was a perfect bounce off the 9 EMA. It even broke through and showed it wasn't happy there and showed a strong push above. These things ran from $2.80 to, I believe it hit $3.90. I think it pushed $4. I know it was well above $100 winner, more than a 50% gain on the contract. It's just one of those, like, if I just keep my confidence, listens to my plays, I'm seeing the charts well, but this is what these are for, these videos are for, is noticing, like, I'm just not convincing myself, not confident enough in my plays. And this is a, hey, dumbass, like, you're seeing it, take it, you know? My cuts are tight enough to have exit points that I should be able to confidently take these trades. And what Skull really pointed out to me is after getting burned bad on one Tesla option trade a while ago, I've just been so hesitant and so scared of how quickly it can move against me that I've blinded myself from how far the play can actually run. And I definitely have to thank him and credit that, because I realized that today with my trades. So those were the two that I caught. I will say after I played that one SPY play, I was feeling pretty good. I left the market alone for a good hour or so as it ran up because I didn't expect it to be bullish. I was waiting for it to pull back. And once it did, most of the market just went into a lot of chop. This is my fault. I shouldn't have been trading the chop back and forth so much. You know me, I like playing these Tesla $5 levels too much. And what I'm noticing is more of the same. My entries are starting to get a little bit better, more justified and tactical, but my exits aren't. One thing I personally notice is I'm waiting a lot for these previous resistant breaks, and that's fine, but I'm not letting myself let the chart play long enough to actually justify it, meaning I'll cut it when it pulls against me too quick if that first break below resistance doesn't break. So that's what I did here. This one broke down below that last high, And again, I got cut real tight. It was $1 on the trade loss for the shares, and then once it retested the 9 EMA, like where I want the entry, and this is where I should have been getting in, was up here at 920. So sure enough, I saw that I missed yet again. I entered on the breakdown of that support here at 909. I played it to the bottom of the candle, caught the bottom of this, saw the support come in, and when I see these two line up with that red candle sell off wick up, and then you see the bears pull that wick up and just have that base right there, so you know you got some good support. And if you look at where my level is drawn, you can see it really held for the rest of the day. So again, another, a good cut on the way down, but this was just not taking entries. That's something to note for those breakout plays that I noticed I missed on the other day too. So same thing here. I literally can't even tell you why I took a short. This is an awesome stupid thing to see. I'm sorry. Oh no, I read it wrong. This is where I trimmed. All right, I'm not that dumb. I'm still dumb, not that dumb. Trimmed here at the bottom, I apologize, and then trimmed the another portion of it right here as it came back. So actually, this was a better job of letting it run. It was right back up here. I knew that I had chased, because you know me, of course I chase. See, I'm confusing myself when I don't, follow my terrible habits. So here's where the chase is again. It broke through the 9 EMA, so I went short, and it went right up to the 20. And again, that was me just chasing, chasing a high. There's no reason for it. Once I got a confirmation right here, there was a way better trade, and I could have been profitable. So I find that kind of comical that I just confused myself, that I actually trimmed and played it right, because I'm so, I've been getting quick into these chases. So something to consider. That's really all I took. You can look at the end of the day. I went short a few more times as the market dumped, and this one was cleaner. If you look, I took the break of the 9 EMA, wrote it down to about the 20 EMA. You got about $4.30 out of that $5 level I usually like to play, and let it come back. And then what did I do? I went right back to the same thing. Sold it at the bottom of a breakout, let it come back, and lost, and my $2 back. So I stopped trading. I ended the day up $120 in profit. So we did end up green. These small Tesla trades are, what I like about them is I can get in and out real quick, but they're not really moving a lot. So noticing a lot of these kind of late attacks, wait for breakouts. I'm definitely noticing it a lot more today when I was forced to play it in Chop, that I'm taking extra Tesla tays that I don't need to when I'm not looking at the rest of the market. And though I want to focus on Tesla, the way I'm approaching it is a little bit too choppy right now, and I'm not able to hold these moves. Again, if I'm following my 9 EMA rules, it's another like all day. You could have just taken one good entry and let it play out, and that's what I want to get back to. I definitely know I have a lot more confidence and conviction in my own trades, my own plays, when I'm holding through a full movement and really catching a move that I see set up. I enjoy these scalps. I enjoy these small trades. I think, in good size, this has plenty of potential, and there's nothing wrong with it. But just seeing that it goes from just small scalps to, sort of chases of everything, is really what I got to avoid. So when I'm scalping it, stick to small scalps. Don't chase every move with it is what I want to focus on that. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I think another thing I also noted here for those Tesla trades, that quick in and out that I'm doing with those tight stops, are reflecting that lack of confidence I was saying from the options trading earlier. I know that I am looking for too many quick instant gratification plays, and when I just said that my goal was to hold through that whole movement, is I have to be okay with things moving against me a little bit more. And the way that works is taking better entries. One of the things I was laughing about that last SPY call that I missed was, even on the pullback, the call was like the lowest it ever got was 28% profit. And I'm fine with watching a pullback when I'm in enough profit. So it really just tells me that I have to really justify my entries at really good technical levels, because that helps my mentality to hold through those whole plays, hold through those holdbacks, those pullbacks, and not let myself get kicked out. This leads to my next review of saying how, just realizing how much trading in this team really matters. I know most of you guys in our Discord group already know this, but again, another big shout out to Skull, and how we just took a 20-30 minute conversation, and he really asked me, hey, what stops me? And just having someone else ask you that after recognizing my trades and seeing what I've been doing lately, it really just attests to like all this extra work, all the stuff that we see about doing it on the side and putting in these reviews and hoping, you know, you gain from it. It pays off. So Skull, thank you to you for making me realize that. I definitely noticed it in my trading today. I just have to be more disciplined when it comes to trading Tesla and stuff. And that's all about all I got for you guys. I'll go through our goals for tomorrow real quick and let ourselves have a good rest of the day. So I think we're gonna have a lot of volatility. I know a lot of us talked about possible outcomes with the FOMC meeting tomorrow. I think we're gonna have a lot of opportunity to make some good money. So I really want to focus mostly just on SPY and SPY options and executing those well. If I can get 2 to 3 SPY trades and execute those well, that's all I'll need for the day. There won't be need for Tesla chop. There won't be need for any of the other market movers. The way the market is right now and the volatility levels, that should be more than enough presentation of opportunity to make my profit goals. I did note that if I am going to trade Tesla, it's only on high conviction setups and only if I'm going to hold it through the whole movement. I really want to hold myself to that tomorrow. It doesn't mean be ignorant of stops, but it means just really paying attention to my entries and really building that confidence back up in my own plays. And last but not least is I noted this, I believe it was Thursday last week because I had seen it. When I see these high convictions, like I said with SPY like twice today, I want to just take one of those trades. Those are those things that'll just build that confidence back up. I'm seeing in these reviews that I'm seeing the chart well, but I'm not, my execution and my technicals aren't lining up. And this is a lot of that psychological and technicals lining up and just knowing that I got to get that confidence back in play. So if I do see one of those high conviction setups that, oh, SPY's going right here, and I see it on my own setups, I got to take it and build that confidence back up. But yeah, that's about all I got for you guys today. Again, this fucking post market is running wild. Here's that where we're at right now. It's about 3:38 Pacific, so this post market's gonna close in about 20 minutes. But yeah, look at this, guys. We got a lot of fun set up for tomorrow, and hopefully we can all make some money in it. Thanks again for listening. Thanks again, you guys, for all your comments and likes. I can go on and on about how much it's helped me, and hopefully it's helping you. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Happy trading.